Well, we're doing 2 rallies in 2 weeks because, you know, as we know, I forgot about the French one until a week later. No one worry about that anymore. It's fine. Everything's sorted. I caught up in the end. These are the results following France. If anyone is actually following the championship as it goes on, I'm not. I'm just doing the rallies as the rallies come.
Next comes the Spanish round of the WRC in the form of Rally Catalunya. It was originally run on both gravel and tarmac, but these days the rough stuff has been left behind, making it one of the few all-asphalt rallies left. Latin drivers tend to fare well on these fast roads around Lloret de Mar. But it's a popular event with all the teams and the passionate Spanish spectators.
If I remember right from last week, I was saying that these stages were pretty lame. I don't actually remember them that well. I'm gonna keep perpetuating that idea until I'm proven wrong. But I don't think I will be proven wrong. I'm also pretty sure the stages in this rally are short as well. But again, don't actually know. 7 kilometers? That's not very far. There's only like, what, 5 difficult corners on this track from what I've seen from the map. A lot of it is at high speed as well. And since it's like 99% on tarmac, maybe a little bit on gravel, it said, we should be able to breeze through these stages easy peasily and get somewhere more interesting. I don't know what comes off of Spain, Cyprus. When we get out of Europe, that's when it gets more fun. Nothing wrong with Europe. I like Europe. I live in Europe. I am Europe. I am the last son of the West, as it were. Oh Christ. But it's more fun to go rallying in the African mud pit, or I don't know. That's about it, really. Actually, most of the rallies are in Europe. Kenya is like the best rally though, because the cars get like snorkels and shit, and it's rad. I'm actually having a struggle seeing because of the sun coming in through the window. This isn't a problem I've had since I was doing my Gran Turismo 3 Let's Play in last year. Late last year, so like end of summer, I think. Autumn, that kind of time. Where I kept having to pause the race halfway through and close the blinds, because otherwise I was going to go blind. I think that was the name of one of my early episodes. Just to give you a bit of a frame of reference. I'm going to get back to Gran Turismo 3 at some point. I say this a lot, but I actually am. I've been playing it a fair bit off camera though, and I don't want to start all over again. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Because you can only have one save of Gran Turismo 3 at a time. I'm pretty sure. Speaking of old games, I actually picked up 3 today, which is why I'm recording a little bit late. Of course, to you it doesn't matter when I record, as long as I record at a time that's before the video is supposed to be uploaded. If it even matters about that at all, it's not like I get many views in the first day of a video going up. It's not like I get many views in the first week of a video going up. It's not like I get many views at all, so who cares? I care. Anyway, I got the first Forza Motorsport, which means I now have all of them except for Horizon 3. I've got Sega GT 2002. I can't remember what the other Sega GT game is called, but I think it's more recent. I'm not totally sure. And also I got Rally Fusion Race of Champions, which I've never heard of before, but I think Fail Race played once, and it had the Race of Champions in it. I don't know. I'm gonna give that game a play at some point. I'm gonna give all of those games a play on the channel at some point. Just got to get round to them, really. There's a whole load of games I want to be playing, and I play 4 games at the same time, so you know, actually right now I'm playing 5 games at the same time, but we'll leave out that little detail. 4 games at the same time, because I've got 4 upload days, which means that I should be able to get through all the games I have pretty quick. I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of games. I mean, I probably won't. I keep going out and buying games much faster than I can record them, so it's not like there's a risk of me running out of games. So no one panic, is what I'm trying to say. The Rally Spain in Colin McRae's Dirt is brutal. Like, the actual rally stages in that game are really difficult, like 90% of the time. There's one stage in Wales where I totaled my car at the final corner 3 runs in a row until I just slammed on the brakes and almost stopped to go through that turn, even though it's a pretty open corner. Just because there's like a lamppost or a guardrail on the outside or something I kept hitting. Oops, can't brake when you're in the air. When it gets to this night stage, I am going to have to close the blinds, otherwise I will be totally unable to see where I'm going. I didn't use the pun that time. I use it far, far too often. Although the exclamation mark came up on the directions, I'm not entirely sure what it was for. I'm pretty sure there would have been a voice line warning me, but I can't listen. I can't listen to the game, as I've explained many a time. Jesus. Because of the red, I thought that would just be tape and I could go through it, but hang on. Is my capture glitching out a little bit? Hang on, hold on. Alright, I pushed in the plugs a little bit more, so that won't take away from how out of sync I am now because of the capture kept turning off, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I'm going to have a break now. Maybe see if I can cut out a little bit to try and catch up the video with the audio, maybe. How far behind is it? That's on 9:12, that's on 9:20, so about 8 seconds. Well, I've just inserted potentially a cut there. You didn't miss anything. Hopefully that would have enabled me to put the audio and video in sync again. Just in case I need a little pointer, the little green timer says 1:20 Now. Alright, that was my sync point. Hopefully I remember to do that. If I don't, the rest of this video is going to be really annoying for you. That wasn't a Bane meme, that was a me genuinely saying, yeah, it's probably going to be irritating to be out of sync. Well, guess we're driving this side of the barrier now. Just got to find a gap in it so I can rejoin the road. There we go. Hopefully I was far enough ahead for that not to have too much of an effect. That is the kind of thing that can happen on a rally though. Reminds me of Chris Meek at the, I think it was Rally Finland this year. Went off into a car park or whatever and had to do a 360. I decided not to go down the 360 route and just drive the wrong side of the barrier until I could get back on the right track. And I'm still ahead. Not quite as impressive as the time that Colin McRae was driving his Mitsubishi with 3 wheels. But still, I'd say what I just did was a pretty decent move. It was definitely in the rallying spirit, you know. We're almost done with the first stage. Initial D first stage, of course, being the best season of Initial D. Season 2 is pretty good. Third stage is rightly considered by connoisseurs to be the end, because 4th and 5th stage and final stage. Can't remember if final stage is 5th stage or if there's a 5th stage and a final stage. Either way, those last bits suck. So if you are going to watch Initial D, finish on the end of 3rd stage, because the only reason to watch anything past that is because of the battles. That was my advice for the day. First day of the Rally Spain done. Going to save the game, as I learned from not saving at Monaco. We're going to move on to day 2. I have now closed the blind. I closed that while I was sorting out the cables. $7:30. That'll be evening time, so I'll probably have the sun in my eyes again. Oh yeah, my phone's gone full cyberpunk now. What? Oh, I guess there's no need to worry about the sun if it's raining. My phone's gone full cyberpunk, as in it's pretty much entirely broken. There's a big black strip down the side where tons of pixels have died and there's flickering white lines going everywhere. I think my phone is excited for the upcoming Ghost in the Shell movie. Unlike me, I don't like Scarlett Johansson. And I don't think that the new movie is going to be that great. Doesn't look good, to be honest. I mean, I saw that video of the first 5 minutes and the geisha robots were cool. But, I mean, apart from that, all looked a bit naff, really. The original Ghost in the Shell movie is my favourite anime movie. Wow. I thought we'd lost some time and then the timing gate was right there, and now there's a plane or a helicopter coming past. It's a Huey with a boombox attached to the bottom that's playing It Ain't Me by Creedence Clearwater Revival at full volume. Anyway, I was saying something about the Ghost in the Shell movie not looking good, and how the animated one is my second favourite anime movie behind Akira. or Akira. I don't know how I want to pronounce it, to be honest. Acura sounds cooler, I guess. Akira is more accurate, I suppose. Accurate, I guess. I don't know. I don't get paid to do this, alright? It's not my job to make good memes. I haven't actually watched that many anime movies. I watched Spirited Away more recently. That was good. I mean, felt more like a Disney movie, but it was good. It wasn't edgy enough is the problem I had. But I'm sure Shadman's done some art of it, so... Anyway, moving swiftly on. Put the art next to Shadman there in air quotes. Anyway, what I was thinking that I did want to mention in this video, apart from like fetish art and the sun being in my eyes, is that WRC 6 has a really cool I am not going the wrong side of the barrier again. Even though that was only a short barrier, and it probably would have been quicker for me to just, yeah, cut past it. Although I am still in the lead, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Christ. WRC 6 has a Spanish stage set in the city, and it's really close quarters and, you know, tight and stuff, and that would have been, that'd be cool to drive. I'd like to drive that one. I might have said this before, but I've got the first 2 milestone WRC games, and they're not great. Although, and then the license changed to Big Bear or Bean or something. I can't remember the name of the company. Kiloton Games, maybe? Who also have the license for the TT. They're making a TT game this year. Which I should probably mention in my Isle of Man TE Superbikes Let's Play, that they're making a new game. That would be a good idea to mention in the next episode of that I do. But WRC 5 was garbage, but WRC 6 actually looks pretty good. I think that maybe I was worried about the TT license going to the same company that made WRC 5, but WRC 6 has given me a little bit more hope. Not that much more hope, but a little bit more hope. I hate the rain. I can't remember who the song Here Comes the Rain is by. It might be Oyster Cult. Blue Oyster Cult. I'm not sure. I must listen to Creedence these days. On top of everything else I listen, I go through phases quite often. Like my last phase was probably one of the worst phases I've had, was ironic dabbing. This new phase is the Vietnam War. I don't know if that's better or worse. So I like to listen to Creedence and the Stones and complain about how not everyone who was killed in Vietnam died there, and not everyone who came home left there. Which I'm not sure what movie that quote's from, even if it even is from that. Is this just a stage we did earlier backwards? And in the dark? I don't think it is. I don't recognise this road surface. Well, now the road surface has gotten more. Maybe if I turned around, I could tell. I think was the thought process behind that. Oops. Overcorrected a little bit too much. And now I'm off playing in the ditch. But oh, never mind. There is no but. I've fallen into second place. It's going to take more than one stage to lose the rally, based on how far ahead I am. Oops. Oh, Jesus Christ. Nice tree. It's actually a pretty poorly modelled tree, but this is a game from 2002. So maybe I shouldn't be so harsh on it. It's not like the trees in Mobile 1 Rally Championship are that much better. Even though some of the bushes do fall over when you run into them. And you can have electrical problems and such. Hopefully, I don't get any electrical problems here, because then I'd fall even further behind. And that would just be a travesty. Alright, I'm being warned about something. Oh, I'm not sure what it is, but it's gone now. So, I think I got away with it. Unless the warning was don't drive up the cliff, in which case I failed to take that into account. I think we can write this stage off about now. This is just embarrassing. I'm being thrown around by the barriers. I have got no idea where I'm going. At least no one can see me. That's the one plus side from this stage. No one knows where I am because it's dark. Apart from the co-driver, but the co-driver wouldn't tell. I'm clawing it back though. And I'm not going to gain 10 seconds in the last sector, but especially because it's like a really short sector apparently. But I'm clawing it back, sort of. Kind of, sort of, a little bit. Maybe not. Well, second place. We can pretend that we didn't drop down to 8s during that rally, I suppose, is the plus on that one. End of day 2. Still in the lead by 30 seconds. Richard Burns. I just saw Richard Burns' name on the leaderboard there. Haven't got Richard Burns Rally. I kind of want it. I could get it. I don't know how well it'd run. Not going to get it for PS2 or Xbox because it's probably like 9 million% better on PC. Especially with all the mods and stuff you could probably get for it. Wouldn't be able to make videos. My everything crashed when I tried to record Ford Racing 3, which might actually be Ford Racing 3's fault, considering how it's probably not that optimized to run on Windows 10. Then again, I doubt Richard Burns Rally is optimized to run on Windows 10, but they probably modded it for that. Ford Racing 3 has no mods. The only mod I think there is for Ford Racing 2 is one that gets it working on Windows, what, 7 or 8? Maybe 10? But I failed to install that one correctly, which is why I was so happy with myself when I got NASCAR Racing 2003 to work, after I downloaded that. But, that was like 99% of the people that set up that game to be downloaded, I guess. And I haven't played that game since I last mentioned it in the ice racing episode of Rally Sport Challenge. So that was well worth it, I think. It was not worth it, I was being sarcastic. A lot of my jokes come from the idea that I explain them for no reason, but I think maybe that ruins them, so I should stop doing that. Like that, like the guy with the glasses from, not that guy with the glasses, God no. The guy with the glasses from Predator, not the one that has probably done a review of Predator. And probably like didn't actually level any real criticism against the movie and just pointed out some minor nitpicks. Not that I have a problem with Doug Walker. I actually kind of like the videos where it's him and his brother talking into the camera, but the nostalgia and even then it gets pretty cringy on that. But the nostalgia critting videos are pretty bad. They're plenty watchable though. So I understand how he got big, but I also understand all the hate he gets, you know? I also feel like I need to stop looking at both sides of an argument. When I'm trying to be an edgelord, taking both sides into account doesn't work. I need to stick boneheadedly to one side and then go from there. But I don't know. I don't do that properly. Obviously, I still have my strong beliefs here and there. But when it comes to playing video games, I don't actually like talk about half the things that I would be talking about with the lads. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm not Sargon of Akkad, even though I watch him quite a lot. Not because like I'm a old liberal or whatever. I'm definitely alt-right, but I'm also not autistically alt-right. So, oh Christ, I thought that corner was bigger than it was. I thought I could just carry the speed around, but I could not. I'm definitely alt-right, is what I was saying, but I'm not like, I don't know, an absolute madman that gets mad when you steal memes. I get mad when memes are stolen from the people that actually get to use them and are made mainstream by normies. That annoys me. But like, when it's the other counterculture dudes on my side, then it's okay. It's only okay when it's me, not when it's them, you know? Kind of wishing the 6th gear was a bit longer. Just gonna stick at 117 mile an hour to finish the rally. Was that the end of the rally? Or is there still a stage to go? I feel like that was the end. We got up to half an hour. That's usually how long they last. Yeah, that was the end of the rally. Oh wait, no it wasn't. We still got stage 6. Nah, it shouldn't be that long. Alright, final stage. I think it's a pretty short one too, so. I was about to say that me finishing the thing that I was talking about lined up perfectly with me finishing the rally, but now I have to come up with something to talk about for the last 2 minutes of this video as I finish off the final stage. Well, since I had to push my, I think they're VGA cables, further into the Elgato, to make sure that the PlayStation wasn't disconnected from the Elgato. That's why I had to put the cutting, like I said. Slightly worried about playing Xbox now, because the last time I unplugged an Xbox from a thingy cable, the little grips, little claws that the Xbox plugs have pulled out the insides of that cable, plug thingy, bob. I don't know what they're called. So pushing it in further will mean it gets stuck more on the claws. I'm going to call them claws. I don't know what they're supposed to be called. Which means I might probably lose another one, and I don't want to lose another one because I want to be able to play Xbox, original Xbox, because I want to play my new games that I got today. Oh, the more recent Sega GT is Sega GT Online. I just remembered. So I've got the one that came before that. Sega GT 2002. I think I said that towards the beginning of the episode, so I think I've been able to loop the commentary around again. It's always fun. It's a bit of poetry there when the each stanza rhymes with the next. You know, it's a bit like it's like the poetry in the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, where Sean's Mustang at the end, it has an American outside, but the inside, like the heart and soul, the engine, is from a Japanese car. It's a Nissan engine. If you see what I mean. Hopefully, I've just made Tokyo Drift seem a little bit deeper to you. That's why it's my... I mean, that reason's not why it's my favourite Fast and Furious movie. It's just my favourite Fast and Furious movie because it is, but... I don't know, I didn't realise that just last night. I read it from a 4chan post, and I was thinking, yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty cool. Anyway, there we go. Rally over. Job done. I have to be careful to make sure I record enough footage to match up with the amount of audio I've got. So I'm gonna end it here. Just gotta go. I'm gonna leave in this bit of saving all the data because whatever.